All right. Okay, so it said that we live right now. So shout out to everybody, man. Hope everybody had a good I can't even say a good holiday. You know what I'm saying? A good weekend. You know, this is the Tuesday night class, the Brotherhood class. It's a Tuesday night class, so y'all pretty much know how it goes. You know, I'll open the floor up for some questions if anybody has any questions. If not, then we'll get into the topic. Of course, the topic is going to be, you know, proving your friends, of course, you know, getting wisdom for 2024, you know, different things like that. And we're going to go into that. But, of course, you know, we'll give it some time. 1 second. We're going to hold your peace real quick. And then we'll soon come back. I'll open up with it, all right? And then we're going to do it like that. So I'm just going to play this quick intro, and then we're going to start the class.
So no pressure to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. When you get the dawn, when you get another legacy.
If you gotta do this shit, when I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. Leave you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, your surprise tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, soldier seek for some bloody beef. True nature, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny.
All right. So I think we had a question from the brother. You can go ahead, ask a question. You got the mic? All right, no sweat.
So for brothers that's finding the truth, I want to say newly finding the truth, so fresh in it. And you know they've been dealing with a rib. They have a rib, but they, you know, since before the truth, that before they were in the truth. And you got a rib, and she's not really following the truth as much as you are, or probably at all.
Right.
How would someone new to the truth actually handle that situation?
Great question, man. You know where I'm trying to go, Thashiyam. Let's go to Peter. Let's go to find me where it says please to dwell with thee. And then the one I want in Corinthians is the conversation of the wife. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So that scripture, Thashiyam, the conversation of the wife. The one you want is pleased to dwell. It's Robert Carr. 1 Corinthians 71. No sweat. The water. I'm gonna get there with you real quick. All right, 1 Corinthians 7. And that's a good question that the brother has. All right, so yeah, let's start at 12. Let's start at 12. The water for that too. 1 Corinthians 7 and 12.
Kind of kind.
And you know, when the brother get there, we'll just have him read it. All right. The conversation of the wife. You know what I'm talking about, right? One over.
1 Corinthians 7 and 12. You say? 1 Corinthians 7 and 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
See that? So if your rib is not vexing you, if like say you come into the truth, because that's how a lot of our paths have been. This cheers, this low as hell. That's our word. Always put that joint all the way to the ground. All right, so read it one more time, Salakia.
Sir. 1 Corinthians 7 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Right. So this is Paul speaking. So basically what he's breaking down is he's saying, you know, if you have a wife, when you know, and she's pleased to dwell with you, meaning that like she's not vexing you. Like if you're a brother that's trying to get the truth, trying to come to class, and she's not vexing you or, you know, trying to stop it, of course. I mean, but of course that's your rib, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to put her away because maybe she might not agree with the truth. You're just going to have to treat your rib like she's just not in the truth. So, so if she's pleased to dwell with you, then you don't put her away. All right. Because see, a lot of times what brothers will think is that, you know, because you got like, say you got a white woman before you come in the truth, you can't put that white woman away because that's your rib. She can't come to none of the high holy days. And she can't come to, you know, class or anything. Well, damn, that's everything. You can't come to anything like that, but that's still your rib. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. That sounds crazy, don't it?
I had to ask the question.
But it's your rib though. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put her away if she's pleased to dwell with you. But go, let's read some more.
Come on, sir. 1 Corinthians 7:13. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him.
There's a flip side of it. There's some women who come in here, you know what I mean? And your husband is not in the truth, you know? Your husband might be a jackass. Your king is a jackass. That's how it goes, right? And that's how it has to be, you know what I'm saying? But of course, we're going to pull another scripture. You can win your brother, you know, a sister can win a brother over, you know what I mean? A brother can win his wife over, you know what I mean, by the changes that you make. Remember, nobody's going to treat you different until you start being different. A lot of people, they'll call me sometimes for like counsel and they'll say, how can I get somebody to look at me how I am now? And the thing is, you have to show them that you're a changed person because nobody's, if you're Tasha, if you're a sister and your name was Tasha in the world and you still act like Tasha and still, you know, give, you know, people around you that inkling that you're still that same person, they're always going to treat you the same. You know what I mean? You have to change to make people change around you. All right. Let's keep going.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Right, meaning cleansed. Right? So like the unbelieving husband is clean because of the sacrifice that you make. Right? That's because we're in the truth. Right? So your wife that's not here, you know, of course, you know, what you want to do is you want to make it hard. You know what I mean? Like if I had a rib who was in the world and she was, you know, still celebrating Christmas and everything like that, then I just wouldn't have anything to do with it. You know, I would make it so unbearable, you know, in a way because she doesn't make her not want to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not putting up no tree. I'm not wrapping no gifts. I'm not, you know, taking the kid to go sit on Santa Claus's lap in the mall. Like I'm not drinking eggnog. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be in the spirit. So eventually, you know, if she's a sister that, you know, want to be with you, then those things will change eventually. Right? But like if you're in the truth and you get a rib from the world, then you can't expect those things to change overnight. Right? But what the Lord is basically saying is that brother or that sister, they're sanctified through you. You know what I'm saying? Because of the sacrifice that you make by being in here, being in the truth, and doing what the Lord wants you to do, then that your spouse is sanctified through you, right? Yeah, we could drop that. Go ahead. What was it? 1 Peter 3:1? All right. No sweat. Let's see him. You got it.
Let me get there.
already acting stupid. As soon as I start the show, the class, damn. Yeah.
Salakia, sir, what was that again? First
First
Peter?
Peter 3:1.
Go on, sir, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
First Peter 3:1. Salakia. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
See that? I be seeing so many videos, man. Women be like, I ain't gonna follow no nigga that ain't making enough money. It's like, well, damn. You know what I mean? I don't think that'd be like really true anyway. I think a lot of people just be saying stuff on these videos like to go viral because it just sounds so horrible. That's really how you go viral. You just got to say something that's just completely ridiculous to make people start talking. But I think the majority of women don't feel that way. You know what I mean? But you know, be in subjection to your husband, man. Meaning like listen to your husband. You know, take low. You know, all those things come in with a happy household. You know, it's not saying that a woman can't tell her husband anything, because of course she can. You know, it is, you know, perfectly lawful to argue. You know, your wife, she can argue all she want. But you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, she has to be in subjection to you because you're the leader of the household. All right? Go ahead.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wise.
See that? So you can flip that, because if like say like your initial question was, you know, how do you deal with a wife that's not in the truth? She can be won over by the conversation of you. So like when you come home and you say, hey, look what I learned. You know what I'm saying? I learned that we the Israelites, you know, I learned Christ is black. And you start really, you know, teaching her those things, she can be won over by your conversation.
Actually, my rib has been tuning into the classes ever since. I send it out to everybody when it come on. So
Most High in Christ.
She be in the classes, so that scripture right there, I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
Make sure I hold very wary of that.
No sweat. And then that's how it is. You know, so a lot of brothers, you know, you might come into the truth and your rib might not be in the truth. You know what I mean? But you gotta be, you know, you just gotta. It's gonna be a drastic change. She might not like it. The fact that now we ain't eating pork no more. We ain't celebrating birthdays. We ain't really. It's like in the world. It's like, okay, well, what relationship do we have? You know, if you tell a woman I don't celebrate birthdays. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate New Year's. It's like, why would a woman in the world want to be with you?
But they come to fail to realize that we have Passover, feast, dedication, whereas, you know, times where, and then I'm sorry, but to Salakia.
No, go ahead.
You know, we actually come together a lot as a troop.
Right.
We come together almost every day.
Right.
And, you know, some of these families that's celebrating those holidays that you, so-called holidays that you just pronounced, don't really mess with each other on a daily. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely feel what you're saying, but they got to understand that, you know, we got our things too.
Right.
And
no sweat.
We got is in the Bible. So.
Right. Damn right. Go ahead, sis.
I just want to add that a lot of people also think that we are like the church, Christianity. So they think that we don't have fun, we can't drink, we don't get together, but that's not it. Because a lot of people, like when we first came into the truth, oh, you drinking?
Yeah.
Why are you drinking? They don't say that in the Bible. You can't drink and all this other stuff. They think that we don't, you know, don't drink, they don't think that we have fun. But we do have fun. It's just not on the holidays that they celebrate.
You actually have it more too. You have more because like we just had the Feast of Hanukkah. That's 7 days. The oppressor give you one. It's people back to work today. It's the day after Christmas. You go right back to work. And I could tell when I went into Home Depot this morning, I could tell the people they ain't want to really even be there. You know, people sitting at the cash register like, you know, this is really the day after Christmas. You know, a lot of people probably was up last night with their family, you know, probably eating good food. Yeah, playing cards, dominoes, everything. But you got to cut it off. Why? Because you got to go to work in the morning. You know what I mean? The oppressor don't never stop, man. You know what I'm saying? But at least here in the truth, we get a lot of time to relax, chill, hang out with our family and just enjoy each other's company, right? What was I gonna say? Any more on that? Or I think we was good, right? And
yeah, we wrapped up First Peter.
All right,
3.
no sweat. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 2:1. No, Ecclesiastes 2:1.
No. It's in the
Okay. Salakia, sir. May I get the chapter and the verse again?
What do I want? Ecclesiastes 2:1.
Come on, sir. You ready?
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 2:1.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on. Ecclesiasticus. Salakia, y'all.
Oh, so in the Bible. Okay.
Get mine.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiasticus 2, verse 1.
So this is like when you come into the truth. Now that you're here, this is what you got to understand too. Go ahead.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Mm-hmm.
Continue, sir.
No, that we could go ahead, go read it one more time from the top.
Come on, sir. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. So you new into the truth. Now you're rib. Now I'm just going off of how the first question that you asked. So now you in the truth now, right? Because now your rib is not. Right? Now you're in the truth. And it said that you have to prepare your soul for temptation because it is coming. It's not going to just because you come into the truth and you find out that Christ is black and we the Israelites does not mean that you're not going to have temptation. Temptation is going to be right at every single corner that you turn. And you're going to be tested because that's where everybody in the truth goes through. You're being tested for a crown of rulership. Now, you're not going to be able to get that crown if you can't fight temptation. Because how are you supposed to be in rulership, right, of the planet Earth, right, if you can't not smoke weed? You think when we in the kingdom, weed ain't going to be around? Weed is still going to be there. It's going to grow. It grows out the ground, don't it? It's going to still be there. Weed, coca plants, all that's going to be there. But you got to be able to be over those things and not partake in those things. It's like we're being tested every single day. Like the nations are around us to prove us. And we fail every single time. A lot of times, like we say that we don't want to be oppressed. But the reality of it is that we need the white man around us. You know why? Because how else are you going to smoke? How else are you going to smoke? You can't smoke if the white man ain't around. You can't get coke if the white man ain't around bringing it in. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want to be away from him, but our values are the same. You know what I'm saying? Our values are still the same. The oppressor celebrates Christmas, you celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? He smokes weed and pop pills, so do you. He votes, you vote. He wants money to do this or whatever kind of things he want to do. You want the same things in life. You want to look just like him. You want the same houses he has. You want the same cars he has. You want the same women he has. See what I'm saying? So it's like, if we don't change those things, how can we be in a position to rule anything? Okay, I'll give you an example. What do East Indian people like? What do they like?
Not sure, sir.
You don't know. Who knows?
I'm West Indian.
Right. You don't know, right? We don't know. But they know everything you like. They know you like dice. They know you like to wear do-rags. They know you like to wear weave. They know you like fingernails. They know this. They know that. They know every single thing about us, but we know nothing about them because, you know, we have no reason to really try to see what's, you know, what they have, you know, the things that they like, because the whole game is on us. That's it. Like, I walk into the store, like, even like around where I live at, like, I walk into the store and I look, like, you ever see those when you go into those like the Arab stores and they'll have like the counter up real high. It's like, even that, you know, like, they look down on you. Like, they constantly look down on you. Like, what do you want? And you like,
That's the other camera.
okay, 1 second, y'all. See, Satan is in the electronics today. All right, so we good. We back. I think we should be good to go. If you could check, somebody could check the audio just to make sure that we good. But I think we are, though. Let me see. Let me make sure. Good looking too. Hold on. We good, sir. No sweat. I just gotta change my. Stupid tonight. I don't know why. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, so we back. We good to go. All right, let's get it. All right, the water, Barack Wana. All right, so it's good. All right, so we good. Y'all still with me. All right, read it one more time from the top, Warrior.
Come on, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. Keep going.
Set thy heart aright.
That's your mind, right? Set your mind aright for what's about to go down. All right. Keep going.
And constantly endure. And make not haste in time of trouble.
A lot of people, that's what a lot of people do. Eventually, you know, you can't stick with the truth long enough. So you'll find a way to just run away from it because you're too weak to endure, right? That's not what we build in here. We build men that are constantly ready to endure. Sisters too as well. You know, sisters can't be weak in the truth. Just because you a sister doesn't mean that you always gotta have, you know, you gotta, you know, be able to have, you always gotta have, like, it's an excuse for you to always have problems because you're a sister. That's not, you know, that's not the goal of anybody in the truth. The goal in the truth is to get better and to, you know, and to endure, right? Because temptation, all of that comes in seasons, right? Satan comes in seasons. So you might think like, because you're not getting tempted now, the temptation won't come later, and it will, right? But you gotta be willing to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis. Yeah.
Then the devil goes looking around and he wants to go home and he brings 7 more stronger spirits. I didn't even know he had friends. So that blew my mind. Like,
What, the demons?
what? I said,
Yeah.
where do you get them from? Where do you think it's
Yeah,
come
they're
from?
stronger demons because now, okay, so now, like, say you might have a weed demon, and then you come into the truth and you get yourself together, and then you go back to it. Now you might have a weed demon and a coke demon, and an ecstasy demon, and you know, whatever is out there. Those demons, you have more that come along with it. So now, the state that you were before you came in the truth, now it's worse now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you might pop a pill and it's laced with fentanyl. And that's that. You know how that go, all right? All right, let's get it. Keep going.
Lock it, sir. Khan, I'm sorry. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right. So meaning in the last days that we're living in right now, you'll be increased now so that, you know, you'll be strong, because a lot of brothers and sisters falling off now. You falling off right before World War III. You done fell all the way off. Now you don't got no family. Look, did y'all watch that movie, Leave the World Behind? Y'all, what did you get out of that? I'm telling you, I already know what it is. It's basically, you see how like they wasn't prepared? That's it. You're not, the world is ending and you're not prepared at all. So when the things actually go down, you're going to not be prepared. And that's how it is when you're in the world. In the world, you know what people are doing right now? They're on TikTok doing TikTok challenges from the roof. Women are putting phones on the ceiling and dancing to the phone on the ceiling. Nobody gives a damn about what's going on right now, or the war, and, you know, in Gaza or anything. Who cares, right? People are worrying about Puff Daddy and Cassie. You know, people are worried about, you know, TD Jakes, you know, him being gay, as if that is, you know, a surprise. Of course he's gay. I'll say 90% of all pastors are. That's just it. You know, they are. They're gay, and that's just it. All right, keep going.
Khan, sir. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Right, because sometimes, man, like people be thinking like, you know, just because you come into the truth, you're gonna win the lottery. It's not gonna happen. I played the lottery. go ahead.
Truthfully, and I don't blame the truth, but truthfully, I lost everything coming into the truth. Not even I lost everything on my way into the truth. Officer Dashayim, also my uncle, he'll tell you a lot about, you know, what I was going through even before the truth.
Right.
We used to go at it every day because I actually was a Christian at first. You know?
Like everybody.
Thankfully, I had Officer Dashayim in my ear every day. And, you know, it opened my eyes, even though I didn't like it. It opened my eyes, and now I love it. You know what
Most High in Christ. So, let me get lose his life shall gain it. He that lose his life shall gain it. But also, you know, when you come into the truth, man, you got to be ready for that fiery trial that's going to come your way. you think that it stops. It doesn't stop. You know what I mean? But you just got to be armed with you got to be armed with the weapons to be able to fight it. Like for me, I know that I have to stay active in the truth. You got to stay active. Like I know that's what I have to do. I got to stay active in the truth. I have to always be doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's why you see, like Saturdays we together. You know, Friday night we together. Thursday we together. Tuesday we together. Like I'm just, and if I'm not doing this, I'm probably slaving to get some money or whatever like that. But that's what I know that I have to do. I can't sit home. If you're just sitting doing nothing, then of course, what else is there going to be to do but smoke weed? You can't smoke weed if you're passing out flyers every day. And then if you can't smoke weed if you're in class every day, right? If you got something to do, right? That's what you want to do when you first come into the truth. Find something to do. The scriptures say, wear out the steps, you know what I mean, of the men of the Lord. Like you get here every single day. That the class is open, you're there, right? And that's how you begin to fight, because you're around the other brothers who are fighting too as well, other sisters that are fighting too as well. And then that camaraderie that you'll build, the bond that you build, will help you when you get through those tough times, because you'll have somebody to talk to and get good counsel from. All right, go ahead. We're gonna switch it up, right? So let's go to
Matthew.
I
got 16 and 25.
Okay. Matter of fact, before we go, let me get Ecclesiasticus, the 5th chapter. I think we just should get that one real quick. 2 and 5, and then we'll go to the one where you was at Qual. This last one I think it'd be good.
What verse in chapter 5?
Ecclesiasticus 2 and 5.
So chapter 2, verse 5.
Yeah, chapter 2, verse 5.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 5. I made me gardens and orchards.
Ecclesiasticus.
Oh, Ecclesiasticus, Lakia.
Yeah.
Lakia, one moment.
No sweat. Take your time. And what about all the people out there that wasted their money on Christmas, man? Hey, you know what? Since I switched to the truth, I done saved $1,000 on my car insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because people are broke right now. Our people that went out and bought an iPad for a 3-year-old. You know, our people went out literally and bought a Christmas tree and did everything. You know, all of that stuff, like, think about it, right? It always keeps you on your toes. Like, this whole system keeps you on your toes and it keeps you broke. It usually starts around Halloween, right? Halloween, go out and buy, we buy those costumes, which is so crazy. Like, hold on 1 second. Oh man, it is. All right, can y'all good? I think they might be good. Can y'all hear me in the chat? They like. All right, so for some. Might be something.
Is this plugged up?
Oh yeah, let me see. That is going here. And this is good. think it's just. It might have been. I don't know. It looks like it was like a loose wire or something like that. Hold on. You'll just bear with me real quick. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Y'all let me know. Can y'all hear me? All right. We're gonna push through it. All right. We got 24 hardcore brothers and sisters in here. All right. Let's get it. All right. Where was we at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 5.
2 and 5. Let's get it. Wait a minute. The point I was making. I've never seen my mom with a Halloween costume. Right. Now think about it today. How many grown-ups you see with Halloween costumes on? It seems like nobody want to get old anymore. You know, sometimes you got to be okay with it. You got to get old at some point. Some point you got to put all right, raise your hand. But the thing you want to do is you want to make sure that, you know, you put these things away when you get old. You can't spend forever trying to be a kid. You know what it is now? The grown-ups follow the kids. Ain't that crazy? TikTok, you see 50-year-old women with grandkids trying to do the TikTok challenge like the young girls because they're trying to compete, right? At some point, you have to grow up. You know, I look on my timeline sometimes and I still see people from the world, Dosh, and they still be dressed up. Like I seen one dude, man, that I know from the world, man. He was dressed up like Hugh Hefner, like a white man. That's where we at right now. In America, black people are children. Children. We're a bunch of children. You want to really see the white daddy situation? Just look at like them dash cam, not the dash cam, the body cam videos you see, like cop watch and all that. As soon as the cop pull you over, like, oh sir, please sir, sir. You know we get so much respect and everything when we get in front of the oppressor, but we got all the smoke for each other because that's what it is in America. The oppressor is our parents, our daddy, our moms, our dad, and we don't have that that separation because we have that paternalistic relationship that we've been building over hundreds of years, right? Read it one more time. Read Ecclesiastes 2 and 5.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
You see that? Now, when you come into the truth, it is like gold. You know, before gold is where it's at. You know, like before you see that Cuban that you put around your neck, gold don't look like that. Gold looks different. Gold is like, you know, they got to beat it. They got to clean it. They got to put the fire on it. They got to do all of this stuff to it to make it look like that Cuban that you're putting around your neck. Right? It doesn't look like that at first. But at the end result is something glorious, right? And that's what you have to be in the truth, right? All right, let's get it. Give me that one that you had Kohol.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25.
Let them get a chance to get there. Matthew 16 and 25.
Khan, sir.
All right. Just keep an eye on the screen, you know, so if it goes out again. I think I might have got the issue, but we'll see. What was it again? 16 and what? We wasted all our money on Christmas. Ain't that song? All our money. They got back in the red. It was the black or the red? Black. They didn't got back in the black. We save America every year. We went out every year. We go out and buy them nasty candy corns on Halloween. You know, and the kids, you got to keep them out of school. You got to keep the kids out of school on those days because the world is pulling at them and pulling and pulling because the world doesn't respect black parents. That's it. The cat's out the bag. There's no such thing as black parents in America. They're just black children, adult children, and that's the way America governs America. And they say that you have no control over your child. That's just it. If your child, they in school teaching kids, you know, the LGBT, which is crazy. I'm glad I don't have any kids. You know what I mean? My daughter is, 20, 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad that, she was able to, get in there and graduate, before all that LGBT stuff came into the school. Most High in Christ. All right. Let's go. Keep going.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
Hold on, let's see where you at. 25. Let me go to 24.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross.
That means to take up your burden. To take up that burden, the heavy burden that we all carry. You think that it's easy? Every day in the truth is going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be here.
Right.
The road to the kingdom of heaven is narrow. It's not a wide gate. It's not a wide path. The church is wide. TD Jakes, that's a wide path. You want to go in there? Go ahead. But the truth is about the narrow path, right? And you got to deny yourself and pick up your cross, meaning you need to be doing something that is conducive to pushing the truth. If you're not doing that, you are failing in the truth. If you can't deny yourself, because everybody want to sleep, I want to sleep. But guess what? We got to get up, we got to go to New York, and we got to give out these clothes. We got to get up, we got to go to camp, and we got to go teach the word. We got to get up, we got to go do class, and we got to keep going and forever and ever until Christ returns. If you're not willing to do that, then you probably not ready for the truth. You're probably not. You just probably, you probably got good intentions. A lot of people have good intentions. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? A lot of people call the phone. I'm glad Yim got his number up there now, right? Because now he can get all the nuts that call. And the people that, how many people call me and say, I'm coming to class. I'm coming to class. I'm bringing my whole family. I get down here early, light the incense, put the chairs out. We vacuum the floor. We about to have company. And what happens? They don't show up. You know how many people call and just be like, hey, man, I love the truth, man. I don't even talk to people anymore. There's no reason for me to even waste my time. I talked to this dude, right? He was the leader of the Thunder Guards. If y'all know anything about Wilmington, the Thunder Guards is like the biggest biker gang here, right? He the leader, right? He called, he like, yo, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm the leader of the chapter. I was like, all right, little sweat, man. He came in here, he put all black on for 2 weeks. One brother, he was deaf. Remember the deaf brother? The deaf brother, he was deaf. I told him, look, man, you can be over all the deaf people that come into the truth. He said, man, I'm going to buy some boots. And we seen him at camp. We was out at camp. He yelling out the window, Israel is, the 12 tribes of Israel. It's like, no, we don't care about that. You're not here. Why ain't you here passing out a flyer? That's how you're going to get me on your side, is by seeing you do something. Other than that, you just talking. A lot of sisters call too, man. Sisters call me trying to get, I don't know why brothers do this, but they send people to, like nuts that you don't want to talk to, you give them my number, right? Then now I got to get on the phone and talk to a nut. All right, but what you say? That's you to send a few my way, right? But the thing is, you know, if you're not willing to do anything, like the first thing I want to know is like, all right, now I understand why General Muhammad says that. Like, do you pay tithes? At the very core of this is like, okay, do you give anything back to the school? Whether it's a penny, you know what I mean? Like a penny. Like if it's just a penny, then I'll sit on the phone and talk to you. But if you can't give like the Delaware school a penny, and it doesn't have to be a literal penny. It could be like you pass out a flyer. How about that? A flyer, right? To tell one person about the truth. If you can't do that, then why am I wasting my time talking to you on the phone? Or at least come to class, at least one time. They don't come. They don't do anything. People want to talk. They got a lot of lip service, but they don't really have anything behind it, right? So this is what I respect. I respect the brothers who are in the truth that are right here with me. You know what I mean? Y'all brothers are right here with me. So why would I give up the truth or fall weak in the truth when I got the brothers right here with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? What else? Okay. What else are you going to do? You going to go find new friends? you gonna quit this, right? You gonna quit the truth and then go find new niggas to hang out with? Is that what we doing? New brothers to hang out with? New brothers that you haven't not tested and tried at all. You at the club with some brothers that you don't even know like that. You know what? And it'd be so crazy. Sisters be talking about you survived the cult. Nah, we survived you. That's what we did. All right, let me get it. Surviving a cult. They've been watching too many Prime documentaries, man. All right, go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 24.
20. Yeah, go ahead.
Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Verse 25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
You see that? Brothers that try to stay in the world, they're going to lose their life, right? Because you're trying to hold on to what you were before you found the truth. You're trying to hold on to that. You can't do it. You can't put new wine into old bottles. Kwayaswan knows what I'm talking about. What happened when we were filling up new wine into bottles that we already had? They exploded. I didn't think that was real. I thought it was just like, a saying, right, in the Bible, until we actually seen it happen. It was a literally how it is. You can't put new wine into old bottles. The bottle's going to break. Right? Keep going.
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Each one of us in here were willing to do that. We were willing to lose our lives to gain life. You know how much life you gain by being in the truth? Okay, without the truth, do you know anybody in Houston? Does anybody over here know anybody from California? Absolutely. But how about St. Louis, Missouri? How about Oklahoma? You don't know nobody from Oklahoma. Come on. We from the East Coast. We don't know nobody from Oklahoma. Our family is around here. The immediate family is in Philly. Philly, maybe Maryland, Virginia, Florida, North Carolina, maybe. Our family is right here. We don't have no family out west. We probably do, but we don't deal with them like that. You might see them at the family reunion maybe once a year if you do have that. But we have family because we were able to lose our life, and then in turn we was able to gain it. So now we're able to gain. Like when I was on the road, I go on the road, I could stop in Houston. I could stop in Oklahoma City. You know what I mean? I could stop wherever and holler at a brother. St. Louis, Missouri, Louisiana. We don't know brothers from Louisiana. No, you know what I mean? We just see brothers from Louisiana, but who in here has family in Louisiana? Everybody in here has family in Louisiana now. Why? Because we got a Louisiana camp. right? So if any of us is in Louisiana, we can just call the camp up, and now we got a brother to meet you at the airport. You get my point? So it's like Alabama. Alabama is, who the hell is in Alabama? We don't know, but you got a school in Alabama. And so now we have brothers in Alabama, sisters in Alabama, sisters in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Wherever we go, we got brothers and sisters. And that's the life that we gained. We gained the life because we was willing to lose our old life. Read on.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
There you go, man. That like what profits it? What is the profit in that? Like we want to be rappers, that's just our thing because our heroes are rappers. That's our heroes. That's not my heroes. You know who my heroes are? My heroes are in the truth. My heroes are Commander John General Mahyman, Kwayaswan, Azar War, Thushiam, Zarabakar, Kohal. Those are my heroes. What do I need to, niggas be thinking that, making your heroes, Brick Baby. that's your hero, Brick Baby. It's not my heroes. My heroes are in the school. That's where your foundation should always be. It should always be that, because that's where you're going to get. Think of it like this, right? If you're a rapper, right? Let's try this on for size, right? If you're a rapper in the school, you shouldn't really worry about the people in the world. You should worry about the people that's in the truth, right? Because think of it like this, right? Because you're in the truth, the brothers and sisters in the truth are going to support your rap, even though it might suck. We're going to support it, right? Because we're in the truth. Now, you might put out a song and it might get 1,500 views or, listens on Spotify or Apple Music. Why? Because the brothers and sisters that's in the truth support you because you're in the truth. Now, you want 20,000 hits on your song? Then go out and do the work to get 20,000 more people in the truth. Because if they're in the truth, they're going to support your song. There you go. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. There you go. You got all the people you need for your music career. You got all the people you need for your acting career. Whatever you need is right here in the truth. All you got to do is do the work to bring more people in the truth. You like to sew clothes? You want to have a sneaker line? Then do it here in the school. And get people in here to buy your sneakers. And yeah, the sneakers might suck, right? They might, hurt my feet. But guess what? I'm going to buy them. Why? Because you in the truth. And we in the same school, and you my brother. So I'm going to go ahead and spend $200 on some Bobos. But I'm going to do it. All right? Keep reading.
If he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
What shall a man give in exchange what? Say that one more time.
In exchange for his soul. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
Right, man. If you a sister, man, and you got a brother in the truth, man, you better get down. You better get down and get in the truth and really, work it out. You know what I'm saying? It's no reason why you shouldn't believe in the truth. I mean, really, what is it? Is it multiple wives? That's what it is. That's the thing. That always seemed to be the deal breaker. You know what I mean? For sisters, it's like, and I get it, right? You want to leave your man because he cheated. So now you're going to get another man who's going to do the same thing. But now he's a stranger, though. He's a stranger cheating on you. All right, no sweat. I get it. Here we are, man. We're just trying to uphold Esau's. You know, that's all TV is now. It's just women trying to stop men from cheating. That's TV. What's it called? Something to Miami. Love and Hip Hop. That's all it is. They put black people in front of a bar, open bar. You know what I mean? They put black people in front of an open bar, and of course, somebody is gonna get caught cheating. That's the game. And we trying to fight for a standard that the oppressor hasn't been able to keep himself. He hasn't been able to keep it. It's all BS at the end of the day. The Lord doesn't. Okay, marriage in America it's not sacred. It's not, because right after you, guess who's getting married? 2 men, 2 women getting married in the same chapel that you was in. The pastor is doing the same thing. He's marrying 2 men or marrying 2 women, or they're getting a marriage license, and then before you know it, you're gonna be able to marry your dog. Be like, yeah, me and my dog, you know, I had him for 5 years, you know, and you know, me and him, you know, we kind of got a tight relationship. So now I want to marry my dog. That's how it is in America, man. The Lord doesn't honor marriage in America, right? The marriage is between 2 people that can constantly forgive each other. And I say this with conviction, because that's what it ultimately boils down to. It's about 2 people that constantly forgive each other. That's it. And all you gotta do is be discreet in your marriage. You know, we can argue, but we're just not gonna argue in front of everybody, right? We're not gonna argue in front of the children. You know, we can argue, but we're gonna argue in the privacy of our room, right? All right, no sweat. So I think we good there, right? All right, let's get into proving a friend, right? Because a lot of people are gonna come around the truth, but we don't know how they are, right? So let me get Ecclesiasticus in your pocket for 6 and 7. All right. You know, that'd be crazy too. Slocky. I was talking to a sister, right? And she was saying that she doesn't agree with the multiple wives thing. And I was like, okay, so are you married? I'm in the middle of a divorce. All right, no sweat. How's that working out? All right, go ahead, read it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
No, my bad. Go. Slagger, y'all, slagger. Go. All right, I'm done. All right, you got it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Right. So this is the brother that's coming into the school. We don't really know this brother like that, but he wants to be a brother. You have to what?
Prove him first.
Say that one more time.
Prove him first.
And how do we do it? You put all black on, just like all of us in here did, and you come to school and you pass out flyers and you be quiet and you clean the toilets and you clean up and vacuum the floor and you wipe down the table and you do all those things, right? That's how you know. I say it one more time.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
That's the criteria that we set for ourselves to prove our brother or a sister. A sister comes into the school. This is what you got to do. Cook spaghetti every week. I don't care if you got to bring the same dish every week. Do that. Cover that head up, and you know, get in class, and you do that. You follow your husband, and you be in subjection to your husband. You get in here, you ask questions, and you learn, and you get stronger. That's it. It ain't no big criteria. You know what I mean? We're not resisting on the blood. you know, the sisters, man, you ain't got to go out to camp and get spit on and stuff thrown at you and get ran up on by the Palestinians. We ain't got to do that. The sisters ain't got to do that. You know what the sisters got to do? Cook lasagna with 6 different cheeses. That's it. Just cook lasagna with 6 different cheeses. Support your husband. You know, throw us a sandwich every now and again. And that's good. That's it. Right? That's it. And guess what? You're going to walk into the kingdom of heaven. Right? With rulership and authority. You're going to get all of that. That's all you got to do. It's just, you know, just work on yourself and get better. That's it. That's all you really got to do. We got to go out and get all the ridicule and spit on and eggs thrown at us and milk and cheese and, you know, get the cops called and the Palestinians roll up, right? We got to do that. We got to fight against the Palestinians. Ain't that something? To get the kingdom. Right? Get up, go to camp, go do Sabbath service, right? Yeah, nobody want to come to Sabbath. Get up, go to Sabbath service, go to the Hebrew class, right? Right. Right. That's what you got to do, right? And that's how you'll get the kingdom, right? What somebody say? What they write?
Well, somebody else had a question, but Carletta G was saying something directly to you, sir.
Oh, she said, she said, I look handsome. All right. You better watch out. She better watch out. All right. All right, no sweat. All right, let's move on. All right, let me get Proverbs 27 and 4.
It's like somebody did have a question. Really.
What was that question?
It was a breakdown. I didn't see the description.
27?
Yes, Proverbs 27 and 4. What was the question?
It's up a little bit higher. I can't see it on the comments. Numbers 30.
36 to 8. 36 to 8. Let me see it real quick. I'll go back to it. Let me see numbers. What was that? 30, right? Oh, okay. So okay. All right. I'm gonna go here where we're going, and then I'll go back to that question or whatever. I pretty much know what it's saying.
Proverbs 27 and 4.
No, not that one. Let's go to 27 and 4. Yeah, Proverbs 27 and 4. We're gonna go back to that one. The question. I just didn't want to forget my train of thought on this one.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 4. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before envy?
Right. Who is able to stand before envy? Because envy is is a very powerful emotion. That's where we get a lot of haters. You know what I mean? You know, everybody got haters nowadays. I'd be like, come on, man. Like, people be on Facebook talking about, yeah, shout out to all my haters. It's like, okay, all right, no sweat. You got haters? Let me see where you work at. They be like, Walmart. All right, no sweat. Read it one more time. You know what I'm saying? sisters be having haters like a mug, man. They be on Instagram talking about they got haters. I be like, damn, go through their profile, man. They work at McDonald's. The way you talking is like you got bread. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 4. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before envy? Open rebuke is better than secret love.
See that? Fake love. If you got an issue with me, just say it. The truth is supposed to make you aggressive with the brotherhood. That's what these classes are for, to make you aggressive with the brotherhood, aggressive with the sisterhood. If you a sister and you don't like what another sister is saying or doing, then you go and holler at her. That's it. We at the high holy day, pull it to the side. We at somewhere in the passing, pull it to the side. Yo, sis, I didn't like the way you did this, blah, blah, blah. And then y'all could talk it out. But instead, you know what a lot of sisters do? They hate on a sister secretly. And then it ends up getting real big, and now the issue is too big, and now y'all got a bigger issue because you're too, salagi for my language, bitch made to just address the situation. Salagi for my language. And it's the same thing with the brothers. If you got an issue with a brother, you go and holler at the brother. Don't be, salagi for my language, bitch made. Don't do it. Just be aggressive with the brotherhood, aggressive with the sisterhood, and it'll make us better in the long run, right? Because now we don't have no secret issues with each other. You know what I'm saying? We just get it out and we move on. You know, whenever you got an issue with somebody, remember this. You got an issue with somebody. If they don't agree with you right off the bat, then you go to counsel. Because if you feel like there's an issue, then there probably is an issue there. But sometimes, you know how, like, I might approach something. If I was to approach something, I would approach a brother like, hey, you know, Salaki, maybe I'm tripping. But, you know, when the other day when we was here, you seemed like you was a little upset when you told me to do this or whatever. I did it, but I just want to know, you know, it seemed like you was a little upset. I just want to make sure everything was okay. The brother might say, oh, man, I ain't mean nothing by that, blah, 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 my bad. Now we can move on. But if I feel that you were aggressive with me or something like that, and I don't say nothing to you, then what's going to happen? Go ahead.
You're going to end up holding like a grudge.
Right. So when I say, yo, we going to the club, you like, nah. Everybody going to the club except you. Because now you really got an issue with me that you haven't addressed. So now you mad, and now we can't go to the club. Now I'm thinking there ain't nothing wrong, but you really think that it's something wrong. And then you end up either leaving the truth, and then you know there's no brotherhood here. The sisters are the same way. You know, they got an issue with a sister, and then they don't handle the issue, and then they're the next cult survivor. And they'd be on Clubhouse getting interviewed by Black Jesus. Looking like a whole nut, getting interviewed by a nut. All right? So in order to stop all of that, we have, you know, protocols set up by the Bible that teaches us how to have, you know, how to get issues done away with. All right, keep going.
Kararawan. Verse 6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
And we pretty much understand that, right? I mean, because you know you gotta prove a brother first, man. You can't just be hanging out with a brother if you don't really know what he about, because that's how you get into stuff. You know, when you get to a certain age, you know nobody can get you in trouble. It's on you, right? So what you want to do is you want to make sure our brother proves himself first, the same way we did. I remember when I was going to the school up in Philly in the beginning, we had to get out after class. You had to get out. You wasn't no hanging around and shooting the SHIT. You had to get out. They'd be like, hey, we're going down. We're gonna let everybody out. And if you was a young man or whatever, you had to get out. That's how it was. And I used to be like, man, I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga, bro. Right? And I couldn't stay because I didn't prove myself. And although I knew I was down from the beginning, I knew it. You know, I used to see Captain Ariah and see, you know, Captain Akkad and all them. And I used to be like, I'm down. I'm a street nigga. And they wouldn't accept me because I had to prove myself first. You know what I mean? And that's that. All right. Let's go to that question the sister had in Numbers real quick. I think it was Numbers. I think
30.
30 and I think she was talking about I think she was talking about, what was it? 36 and 8, 6 to 8. Hold on, let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me see. Okay, so go up to 30 and 2.
Not a one kind. The book of Numbers.
Yeah, we go down to 8.
The book of Numbers, chapter 30 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth.
That's every brother in here. When you got oil poured on your head, you made an oath to the Lord. That's it. And you can't go back in the world after that. You can't, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to die. That's what's going to happen. When you try to leave the truth, that's why that's why the scriptures say, if you sin willfully, after that you have received the knowledge of the kingdom of heaven, then there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. Because when you come into the truth, you basically made a vow before the Lord, and you told the Lord that you were going to be down. And the Lord requires you to keep that oath. If not, you're just going to die when you go back in the world. That's what's going to happen, because you can't get a gift from the Lord like this, where you're able to see the world from the Lord's perspective and think that that's something that you can just piss away. You can't do it. The Lord is going to kill you after that. The Lord's going to send somebody to come shoot you and kill you or stab you to death. That's horrible. I seen somebody stabbed. I was like, wow, I don't want to go that way. All right. You know, and so it's a vow that you make unto the Lord, and you have to keep it. Read on.
Verse 3. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she hath bond her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand.
Right, because like people make vows into the Lord, like, I'm down with you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and she's young, so you know how like people when they're young, they make vows into the Lord, and because they're young, the father can look at that and be like, this ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? I know you feel like that now, and you feel like you want to do this and that, but it's not. You're just young. You're in your youth, and whatever. We ain't gonna do that. All right, keep going.
But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows, or of her bonds wherewith she hath bond her soul, shall stand.
Right, because the father stepped in and said, you know, this ain't going, you know, you just too young. You in your youth, you talking crazy right now. You think that you're ready to do this and you're ready to do that. Meaning like, a sister could make a vow like, I'm going to be in the truth. I'm going to be down. I'm not going to have sex with nobody. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. You know, we are in the world. In the world, we make bonds all the time to the Lord. You know what I mean? What we do, we call them like New Year's resolutions now. You know, the new year, you're like, man, I'm going to start going to church. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to get rid of cigarettes. I'm going to do that. And we make these vows, but with no intention on keeping them. And that's what you want to think of when you're thinking of this right here, right? So like this is back in this time, you know what I mean? We would make vows, but if the father was there, you know, you young, you're in your youth, he'd be like, no, you know, don't even do that. He disallow it in the time that you said it, and then it's not going to stand on you, right? The Lord is not going to hold you responsible. Keep going.
And the Lord shall forgive her.
See that? Go ahead.
Because her father disallowed her.
Right.
Verse 6. And if she had at all an husband when she vowed or uttered out, uttered out of her lips, wherewith she bond her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it.
Right. So she might be like, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Y'all know how it go. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. A lot of talk, a lot of lip service, right? You know, that's how we would say it today. You got a lot of lip service, right? But you know, it might be a time where a brother might be like, all right, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Your wife talking all this good stuff. I hear you, right? The Lord is going to hear it too. Because the husband, because now you see how the dynamic switched? It went from the Most High, right? The father, it went from the father to the daughter, but now we're going to the dynamic between a woman and her husband now, right? Because the husband is what? Say it. The husband is what? There you go. Right? Read on.
Salakia.
Bro, you can start at 6 again. That's why. Go ahead, Kwayas one.
So the woman gets more leniency
When what?
when she's making like an old taking like what you just said, like
No. If the husband hears it and he doesn't like shut it down, I'm trying to say how we would understand it today. And the husband doesn't shut it down, then it is on you. It is on your rib because now the Lord it got honored by the Lord now. Go ahead, sis. Yeah.
Salakia.
Right. Say it one more time.
I said, is the thought behind that you would know the strength of the woman that?
Yeah, because that's your wife. You know, sometimes, you know, we say stuff that, you know, like, okay, when I came into the truth, right? I'll give you an example. Like when I came into the truth, I was in the car with Captain Akkad, right? This was probably like I was in the school for about maybe 2 weeks. And I was taking Captain Akkad to the store to get something for the school. And I was like, man, I'm down with the truth, man. I'm down with y'all, man. I ain't never leaving. Right? He was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, of course, he don't really believe me because so many people say it all the time. But now that I'm saying that now the Lord is expecting me to actually hold up to what I just said. Because I just said, man, I'm down. I ain't never leaving the truth. I'm down with the Most High. I ain't never leaving this. I didn't leave because that was that at that time I knew that was like an oath that I made. And plus, you know, the rock that I have in the truth is the brotherhood and sisterhood. That's why I'm here. That's why I'll never leave. I'll never change on the truth. I can say that confidently now at this point because what am I going to do? Go find new friends? What am I do? Go find new sisters to hang out with? Come on now. I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, what? We got to wait till World War IV, right? Right. So that was an oath that I made, And he heard me. He was like, all right, I hear you. Right? Now that oath stands. Right? But now we're talking about a husband and a wife now. Now she's saying something like, how many women say, I'll never leave you? I'll never leave you. Look, the Lord, look, I'll never leave you. And then next thing you know, she had to file for divorce. Like, yeah, my lawyers are going to call you and, we're going to work it out and see how much, I'm going to get and you going to get, right? They make that, now that's on that sister because now she made that vow, but now that vow didn't get shut down by the husband. Now the vow is between you and the Most High, right? Keep going.
And her husband heard it and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it. Then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bond her soul shall stand.
Right, now it stands, right? Now it stands with the Most High now. Because ain't nobody get in there and say, yo, you tripping, man. Take some time, get yourself together, and then, when you're a little bit stronger, come back, right? But if you acting like you got, you talking a good game, the husband might be like, you know what? All right, I hear you. Let's get it. Let's do it. And now you're bound by the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 8. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it,
but you're not going to make this vow to the Lord, right? Go ahead.
Then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which is uttered with her lips, wherewith she bond her soul of none effect. And the Lord shall forgive her.
Right, because some people just talk. Remember I said it earlier. When people call my phone, they call Dutch Yum's phone now. But when they call my phone, they make vows with their mouth, and it don't really be nothing behind it. They say, man, we the Israelites, and I'm so glad, man. I've been looking for the school. Man, I've been looking for the school. I'm so glad the Lord, led me to find the number to the school. And guess what? They don't do. Come to the school. You make vows with your mouth, and you don't really intend on keeping it. And that's why the Lord is saying, okay, you got a brother there to just say, it's fine. Just come whenever you feel like you're able to come, right? The sister, man, look, sis, just get into class and, get yourself right, shed yourself for the world first, and then, we'll visit this later on. You know what I mean? Like, that's the brother stepping in to really help the sister out, because now the sister is making a vow to the Lord, and she don't even understand what the hell she's doing. Because what's going to happen? The Lord is going to hold her to that vow. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, sis. All right. Read the next verse.
Verse 9. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bond their souls, shall stand against her.
Right. Because now you're a widow. Right? You don't have no husband. So now what you say is going to be bound by the Lord. All right? So hopefully that helped the sister out, to understand. All right? No sweat, sis. All right, no sweat. All right, let's get first Maccabees. Let me get 1 Timothy 6:1. And then 2 Timothy 2:5. But let's go to 1 Timothy 6:1. All right. Yeah, you got it. Whenever you're ready.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 1. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor.
Right. So if you're an officer of 50, you're a master. All right? You're a master. That means that you have men that are under you. You're a master, right? Read it one more time from the top.
Kanarawakan. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor.
Right. So the brothers that are under you, you're a master, right? And these brothers should honor you as a master, right? Read on.
That the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed.
Right, because you're an officer of 50 now, right? So you have to, there's brothers that are under you that, now you're a master. Brothers are going to call you sir, right? And now you got to understand that these brothers that are under you, you know what I mean? They have to conduct themselves in a certain kind of way. But it also means that you have to conduct yourself in a certain kind of way, right? That's becoming of the Lord, right? Read on.
Verse 2. And they that have believing masters.
Right. So now these are brothers that are under you that have believing masters, right? Read on.
Let them not despise them, because they are brethren.
Right. Keep reading.
But rather do them service.
Right. Because these brothers, it goes down. The chain goes down. You know what I mean? You got the generals, the captains, the officers and the troopers. So it goes down. You know what I mean? Because we all serving the Lord. So these orders that come down are of the Lord. You understand? All right. Y'all tired? Y'all good? Y'all tired? Sister back there yawning. All right. All right. No sweat. Because, read it one more time.
Because they are brethren, but rather do them service.
Right. Do them what?
Service.
Do them what?
Service.
Right. Keep reading. Because
they are faithful and beloved.
Right. Because remember, we all are in the body. Right. So if you're an officer of 50, don't trip. Don't think that you ain't got no rank. You do got rank. And there's brothers that are under you. And your responsibility is to make sure that the brothers that are under you are getting the same things that you got. And you're there to make sure that those brothers get raised up right. Because if a brother gets raised up like a Salakia bitch, then it's your responsibility. Because the brother got raised up like a bitch. All right? Salakia for my language. Go ahead.
Partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort. If any man teach otherwise, and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Where you
at? Verse 3.
Go ahead.
And to the doctrine which is according to godliness. Verse 4.
Oh, that was it. Skip down to 7.
Verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Is that the one I wanted? Salakia. Well, y'all pretty much get that one. I got that written down as one of the ones that I want. Let me get 2 Timothy 2 verse 5. All right, because y'all pretty much know that one. That's pretty much explanatory. Unless anybody doesn't see that. Anybody need help on that one? All right, no sweat.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 5. And if a man also strive for masteries.
Say that one more time.
And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Hold on 1 second. 2 Timothy
2 and 5.
2 and 5. Okay. Go ahead. Say that one more time.
Khan. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Right. So remember, that's what we're all fighting for, mastery. I realize that I'm better, you know what I mean, when it comes to certain situations in my regular life. When I go to some place, and they don't tell me the thing that I want to hear. Let's just say I go to a mechanic and the mechanic is like, man, it's gonna take 3 weeks for me to do it, or it's gonna take this much money, or we can't do it because of this, or we can't do it because of that. It's like I master my emotions, because what I say to them is, all right, no sweat, thank you, I appreciate it. You get my point? Like, that's hard, because what I want to do is I want to kick the desk over. I want to kick their desk over and just, and just tear the whole office up. But I can't. Go ahead.
Most High in Christ, you say that because I watched your blog on FTJ Trucking, and it was where you packed up that computer and you took it all the way to Pennsylvania, and you got stopped at a bridge, and you really looked tired. You just drove 20 hours. Then when you got back, your license plate was missing and the screws. I was just like, I'd have blew a gasket. But the way that you dealt with it, is like, it just happened. So it's really cool to see the example, and now you actually confirm that that's what was going on.
Most High in Christ, man, give this sister a hand, man. Come on. Yeah, that's all y'all can do. Come on, give it up. Right? That's all y'all can do. Give it up. Right? Go ahead. What you say?
No, just the camera zoomed in.
Oh, man. Look at that. I just can't wait to just. All right, no sweat. But Most High in Christ. That's how it is for me now. Sis, like I'm like more so not really worried about like the things that life kind of throws at you. You kind of gotta be like willing to just accept that things ain't gonna always go your way. Even if you in the truth, things ain't gonna go your way. You just gotta be like, all right, it happened. No sweat. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? And that's how you got to be with the curveballs that life throws at you. You just kind of got to, accept the suffering gracefully, right? Because like when I got back off the road, it was like 3 weeks. I was on the road. I got back off the road and somebody stole my license plate. And I was like, oh man, I just want to go home, crack my toes and watch something on Netflix. Right? But I can't, because why? I got to go to the DMV now, and I got to sit in there for 2 hours, Kwaya Swan, and I got to do that rather than go home first. You see what I'm saying? Because I needed a tag to put a tag on my car so that I could come down here for Friday night. See what I'm saying? Like, that's how life kind of throws those things at you, but you just got to be willing to just understand that this is just the way life is, and then don't get upset about it, but just roll with it. Right? How they say, when life throws you what? Lemons, what you make? Lemonade. Right? And that's how you got to be in life, right? Because everything ain't going to go your way, even if you want the truth, right? All right, no sweat. All right, Itara, Princess Itara, no sweat, sis. All right. She was thanking for the breakdown. All right, no sweat. So let me stop moving my hands because this camera just like a hand movement. All right, no sweat. Keep going. Where was you at?
I stopped
2 and
at
5, right?
so I stopped at verse 5.
Read it one more time from 5, real quick. We got a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna let everybody go. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 5. Mm-hmm. And if a man also strive for masteries.
Mastery. What is mastery? Mastery is to master your spirit, master over yourself, right? You have to have mastery to even move up in rank. You got to master the 50 rank. You got to master it, and then you move to 500. You master that, and then you go to 1,000. Then you master that and go to 5, and then you master that and go to a captain. But then when you master that, you go to a general of 1 shield. 1 shield general. And guess what? I'm trying to get to that. When I come in the room, y'all gonna stand up. Right? Mastery. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's mastery. I'm trying to master it. You know what I mean? And you get to that point, and you as you master things, it's always a goal that you always try to get to. To like it, y'all. You master, you know what I mean, the things your goals, you master them, and that's how you move up in rank, and you move up in life. All right, no sweat. Keep going.
Yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully.
Right, but you got to strive lawfully. You can't do it like backhanded. You can't do it underhanded. You can't do it trying to be on the back of your brothers. You got to do it right. All right? The reason a brother is a 50 or a 500 or 1,000 or whatever is because the Lord wanted you to be a 50 or a 500 or 1,000, right? And any brother that's under you that might have an issue with that, his issue ain't with you. His issue is with the Lord. All right? No sweat. I'm going to get one more. I'm going to see two more. Let me get Ecclesiastes 37:1. One moment. Ecclesiastes 37:1. Ecclesiastes 37:1. What'd you say? Yeah, Ecclesiastes 37:1. I'm already in Ecclesiastes.
Yes, I'll read it whenever
you got it. Yep, I'm ready.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 37 and verse 1. Every friend saith, I am his friend also. Mm-hmm. But there is a friend which is only a friend in name.
Right. Some brothers, they just say they're your homeboy, but they really not. Right. There's some brothers that come around and they really not. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all a real quick story. A brother I used to always see all the time, he said that he wanted to be in this school, right? And I would see him, sometimes I'll be riding through the street and I would see him like, oh, and I'll like hit my brakes real quick and be like, yo, what up? And he'd be like, yo, man, it was the coldest day of the winter. I remember it was on the news. It was like the coldest day of the winter. I saw him. I was like, oh, yo, what up, man? What's good? He like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to get something to eat. You know what I mean? Trying to get this bus ticket or whatever. So I was like, all right, no sweat. I'm on the way to the Dominican spot. I took him to the Dominican spot, grabbed him something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Gave him like $25. You know what I mean? And he got what he was looking for. Then some time passed, and me and Captain Ariel, we was downtown, and they was having like a block party. You know, sometimes like downtown they might have a block party, you know, by some people or where they have a stage out there. So I seen him out there, but at this time he was working. So when I seen him, I was like, yo, what up, man? He was like, hey, what's going on, man? What's going down? You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, all right. Yo, man, you ain't came through, man. What's up? He like, yeah, man, I was gonna come through, man, but I'm working now. You know, I haven't been able to come through. All right, no sweat. Boom. He spent off and went his way. He came to the school one day, and he knocked on the door. So he came into the school. It was me, Knock, Matazapa, and Captain Ariel in here. Nobody else was here. He came into the school, and he was standing right there where Kwayaswan is at. Right? He was like. So he was talking. He was like, yeah, man, I'm like, hey, how you been doing, man? How your new job going? Oh, man, I got fired from that job, man. That job ain't really work out. But, I was trying to get up on my phone bill because, my phone bill was like, $30, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get my phone bill, I was just trying to work up some money so I can get my phone bill paid, right? So I was like, all right, no sweat. I went into my pocket. I pulled out $30. And I said, here, man, just take it. Just take the $30. That's what you're here for anyway. Just take it, because you really not. He was like, man, I don't want y'all to think, man, that I'm, and Captain Ariel was like, fake? He cut him off. It was perfect. It was perfect. I said, so just that's what you're here for. So just take the money. It's cool, man. Just take the money. That's what you're here for. He was like, man, I don't want y'all to think that I'm, Captain Ariel was like, fake. He was like, man, I don't even want y'all to even look at me like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, here, just take the money. And you know what he did? He was like, all right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and So I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I'm gonna come back down here for class, man. I'm gonna come back down here. I'm gonna show up. When y'all got class, right? It's what, Tuesday? A Tuesday at 7? All right, I'm gonna be here, man. I'm gonna be here. I'm like, all right, no sweat, man. All right, man. Blah blah blah. Let him out, right? I was like, Knock, go ahead and let him out. Knock went and let him out. Knock came back and was like, yo, that was hard. Knock was like, I would not have took the money. Like Knock was like literally like, yo, I would not have took the money. And I was like, and guess what? I have never seen the dude again. And guess what? It only cost me $30. That's all it cost me to never see you again. That's how I look at it. It just cost me $30 to just get rid of you. And that's all it took. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of brothers and sisters, man, be talking a lot of lip service, man, but they really ain't really down for you. That's why it's important that we prove every brother, every sister that's in here, so that, and every brother and sister that's in here now have been proven, right? And this is why you're here, right? Keep going.
Anadawan Khan. Verse 2. Is it not a grief unto death when a companion and friend is turned to an enemy?
Mm-hmm.
O wicked imagination, whence camest thou into cover the earth with deceit?
Mm-hmm. See up to verse 5.
Verse 5. There is a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly, and taketh up the buckler against the enemy.
Right, pretty much like this friend is a friend for the belly, meaning that this is something that if you're not a friend to me, it'll make you sick. Right? It'll make you sick because you feel some type of way because I'm not being a brother or I'm not being a sister. That's how you want to make the truth about you want to make the truth when you're a brother or a sister in the truth. Like if I'm not a sister to this sister, it's gonna make me sick. My stomach is gonna hurt. Things, I'm gonna be discombobulated. Things ain't gonna be right if I'm not being a sister. So you gotta be aggressive with the sisterhood, aggressive with the brotherhood. If there's a sister that's not been a sister, then bring it out. Holler at her. Don't click up by yourself and then have a clique of 3 sisters that don't deal with the other 3 sisters, right? If you're like that and you're a brother, don't be like that. Don't have a clique of brothers that don't deal with other brothers. I talk to everybody who's in the school, right? And we can't be brothers that, don't have brotherhood because we go out to the streets and we put our lives on the line together, in hopes that we're going to make it home to our ribs. You know what I'm saying? But there's no guarantee that that's going to happen from week to week. So we got to make sure that we have brotherhood, because if I'm willing to die and I'm willing to lay my life down, and that's real, for a brother to say that, that you really ready to lay your life down for somebody because I'm willing to go to the other side for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about my daughter or my mom or anything. All I care about is if I have to die over you, I would rather just go first. You get my point? And if we're going to do that, then you got to be the type of brother that's worth me doing that for. All right? Sisters, all right? That's how you got to be. All right? No sweat. Keep reading.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
There is a companion. Oh, Salaki, you want me to go to 6?
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 6. Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches. Right, meaning that when you get your tax check, well, yeah, because y'all about to get some good money, Zarabakar. Right, don't forget about me. I was messing with you. But, don't forget about your brother. Tax time is when everybody switch, right? Usually that's around that time, around December, late December, early January is when everybody switch, right? But, you don't want to be like that. So when you get your tax money, pay your tithes off of it. Throw a little 10% and you're good to go, right? Spend the rest. That's how you want to be. You want to always, if you're doing good, you want other brothers to be able to bask in the glory that you got. You know what I mean? Thus, you do it all the time. Right? You see this? You see this right here? Do you see what we're sitting on right now? That's Thashiyam. That's Thashiyam. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be a brother all the time. You know what I mean? Even when you might have it, like you might have it and a brother might not. But how we come together is we help each other out. And we don't forget. Read that last verse. In my mind for what? Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches.
See that? When you got it, don't forget about your brother. All right? Because we, like you might not have no money for liquor tonight, but guess what? We drinking tonight. And guess what? We going in this club tonight. Whether you could try to use that as an excuse that I ain't got no bread, but you going in this club tonight. Right? Because that's how it's going to go. All right? Keep going.
Verse 7, every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself.
What does that mean? Go ahead, Kwaya Swan. Break it down.
Is that like you hearkening onto your own understanding, like you giving yourself, like you coaching yourself through it instead of going by what the scriptures tell you to do?
Not quite, but you want it though. This is a counselor, right? That's counseling for himself, meaning that somebody might tell you to do something. Like, I'll give you an example. Your job, right? What do people say about the supervisor? When the supervisor chastises you, what do they say that you should do? You want it. You want it. What do black people say when they hear that I think the sister we came up a little bit quicker than you, Zarabakar. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
They tell you like I would have stood for that.
There you go. Hold on. Give her the mic. Give her the mic. Give her the mic. Give her the mic. What they say? What they say?
They tell you I wouldn't have stood for that.
Right. But they would have stood for that.
Kind out of one kind.
But they're extolling counsel for their self because they're saying, man, if that couldn't have been me, man. I would have said this, blah 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 blah, and they would have wanted you to say that, but they really ain't gonna do it themselves. So what they're doing, they're counseling for their self. Go ahead, sister.
That's just like, when you talking to maybe a friend or a family member and you tell them something and they try to give advice. Oh, I would never went for that. Or, oh no, I would have did this. But then if they were in that position, they would not do what they told you, the advice that they would tell you.
Right. There you go. Shalom. All right, keep reading. Keep reading. We got 1 minute. Let's go. He reading slow, like he trying to drag the time out. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Beware of a counselor and know before what need he has. For he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee.
Right, he'll see what happens when you're a dummy and you go to the supervisor and say all your mind. The dude that's on the side that gave you the counsel to go do it, he's going to cast a lot because he's going to see what happens when you are a dummy and go in there and tell the supervisor what you ain't going to do. Right? And he's going to see what happens. And then when you get fired, he's going to say, oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, hit me up, man. Hit me up. You got my number, right? Hit me up. Keep going.
And say unto thee, thy way is good. And afterwards he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
Right. So you got to watch who you're talking to. You got to watch what you say around people, and keep your thoughts to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, only deal with us who are proven and tried brothers and sisters, man, that you're around. That's who you go to. You don't go to nobody else. And really, all this that I'm saying today, all that I said in the class, so honor to the brother for the question at the beginning of the class, because it kind of shaped how the class is going to go today. You know what I mean? But remember, when we going into 2024, we don't want to be stupid. All right? Let me show y'all something. This is the last thing, man. Let me show y'all something that how they try to play us. All right? Real quick. Show you how they try to play us. All right, here we go. I'm just going to play this real quick. It's on my TikTok.
The newest state to set up a commission to consider reparations for slavery. More than 400 years ago, the first slaves were violently kidnapped, stolen from their families and their homes. They were brought in chains to the shores of what eventually becomes the United States of America. And these enslaved peoples literally built much of our nation with their sweat, their blood, their sorrow. Right over here, we have a statue of Thomas Jefferson. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. At the same time, he owned over 600 slaves. New York has long been the center of American commerce, Wall Street, banking, shipping, insurance, the economic engines of our entire country. And they thrived because they could trade in commodities that were produced by slaves. And there was a slave market. Yes, here in New York, there was a slave market where people bought and sold other human beings with callous disregard. It happened right on Wall Street for more than a century. And even though it officially closed when slavery was abolished in New York in 1827, our state still remained a dominant player in the illegal slave trade. The practice continued, and our financial and business institutions prospered. In a few minutes, I'll sign a bill authorizing the creation of a community commission to study the history of slavery in New York State. We'll study various forms of reparations and how we can help right the wrongs of the past.
If they truly did pay out reparations, we should know that this would be an automatic civil war, because the descendants of the slave owners don't truly believe that they're responsible and that they benefited from slavery, okay? And this would also mean that the descendants of the slaves would have more money than them, and that will cause a civil war, okay? But what is reparations? It's the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wrong. Now, what is money by definition? A current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. Coins and banknotes, okay? So
Something to say?
Khan, sir, if I could.
Uh-huh.
Khan, sir, she didn't even say that anything except for having a commission study it. Like, she just said have it studied. That's all I heard her say, and they cheered like they were actually going to get money. That's all I wanted to say. Just at the mere thought of a conversation or the studying of it, they got happy over that.
You see that? They do it every single year. They, oh man, we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about reparations, and then make black people so happy. Black people be so happy to just talk about reparations. What more do they need to talk about? How many more young A students do we got to get up there to articulate racism? Hold on. One second. Slocky, y'all. Just pulling something up real quick. No sweat. Let me see. Slocky, I'm just looking for this scripture real quick. All right, no sweat. So, what I'm about to do right now is I'm going to end the class, because but y'all see where we're at right now, man. Like, you know, they pulling the same okey doke, man. Don't go out there and vote, man. Don't do it. The powers are not voting. You know, you know, people about to vote for Joe Biden again. I mean, it's ridiculous now. You know, it's a sham, and it makes black people look stupid. So, you know, they still talking about reparations. Ain't that something? Like, as if the reparations is really going to get put on the table. They're never going to put reparations on the table because they know that it will make white people upset. So they're never going to do it because in America, they're never going to change dollars over to black hands. And if they ever did, they would inflate the economy so much that a car that's $20,000 would be $50,000. Go ahead. Right, they would do it. Right, exactly. Right, exactly. So, real quick, so yeah, let's go ahead and do this, man. Let me see something real quick. Also do this, man. We got 42 people in here. That's right, man. We got 42 people in here. All right, let's go ahead and do it, man. All right. Driver car, come on up. LCM, come up. Huh? Say that again? No, just come up. Sayana, go ahead and come up. Help me out with the camera. No, stand right here, right in front of this sister right here. Back a little bit. Back over some, and then face, right there. There you go. Yep, that's the wall right there. All right, go ahead. All right, so what we're gonna do tonight, I'll, go ahead and let you go first, and we go and let everybody know why we're here. We got 42 people in the room, plus the people that's here. All right, so he gonna let us know why we're here.
We're here tonight. I'm just trying to get my words together. We came a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this around real quick. You help us out, Kohal. You just turn the camera to whoever's talking, all right, and you just watch on the TV to where it's at, all right. Just do me a favor. Yeah. Tilt it up and let us know what you just pretty much just handle the camera like where it gotta go, all right. You got it. Slack it.
You came a long way. I would have never thought that you would be here. You've grown into a wonderful wife, a great mother to our kids. I can't really, ask much more from you. You hold it down at the house, you know what I'm saying? You almost every feast that you hear, you offering, your services. You always make sure I got what I need, free me up so I'm able to come to camp, come and do my duties at the school and everything like that. Like, you've been flowing with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been flowing, the tides get rough sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes when waves get to crashing, but you've been flowing, you know what I'm saying? So,
Before you say that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera on me. All right. What I want to say is that this sister's been around for a while now. You know what I'm saying? And like when Zarabakar said that he wanted to give you your name and things like that, it was like I had no discrepancies about it because I was like, this sister been around. She's good around the sisters. She's good around the brothers. Y'all bring y'all family around. And just to see your overall growth from the time that you came in till now, this is long overdue, right? And so what I want you to do is keep continuing to be who you are now and just increase it. You know what I'm saying? And just, go to the top as far as you could take it, right? And that's why I say, and I was in total agreement with the brother when he said that it was time to give you your name and make you an official member of the ISUPK. That's right. All right. So now you out the pan and you into the fire now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and give you a round of applause for that. And if you want to say anything, you good to go?
Just one last thing. You've been a great example of a sister. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? It definitely wasn't easy with me getting, other ribs and everything and all the trials and tribulations that we go through. But like he said, just hang on. You know what I'm saying? Just keep growing. Don't stop now. You got your name. That don't mean just act crazy because I got everything. You know what I'm saying? No, keep growing. It would, nothing that you do is unappreciated. I appreciate everything that you do. But your name would no longer be Sayana. Right? Your name is Nahara, which means...
Say that one more time.
Nahara, which means she's a flowing river. You understand? So...
back on the sister.
I'm gonna get the name written in Hebrew on the board for you, so that way you know. But you know, Most High in Christ.
Nah, all right, that's good. It's a good name. If you leave, somebody else gonna get that. All right, no sweat. So you can go ahead and put it back up on the brothers up here. So before we start, could Thashiam, could you put some oil on the sister head? Yeah, you can go over there. You can go over there. Like that. Hold on 1 second. All right. No sweat. All right, so for the brothers that's up here, if y'all could repeat after me. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Waya Shamarika.
Waya Shamarika.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Waya Shemlika.
Waya Shemika.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Waya Shemlika.
Waya Shemika.
Salakia. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Nahara.
Nahara.
Nahara. Nahara. Nahara. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
What we just said is Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make her face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up her countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect. Most High in Christ. All right, you can get the camera back on me. All right, y'all can get off. Yeah. All right, no sweat. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the class over to Precinct Officer Zara Bakar. Salaki Alex. All right, no sweat. All right.
Do we have the announcements?
You know it, right? Don't worry about it. We're gonna bring up Precinct Officer Thashiam. You should know that. All right, no sweat.
All right. All right. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and new sisters. When a new brother and new sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to learn, to shed themselves of the world. If you need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if you have an interest in a particular person, seek counsel from the head, from the teacher. Tithing, ma'asharah, means 10th in Hebrew. That's Numbers 12, so 3:8 through 10. And what is it? Numbers 3 to 8 to 10. All right. Priest fund is not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give, you may give. Up and coming holy convocation. We got the Passover. The Passover is coming up. The Passover is the April the 20th. It'll be in Durham, North Carolina. All right.
Before that is the Feast of Purim.
Salakia, sir. That's right. The Feast of Purim, which is February the 22nd and the 23rd. That's Thursday, February the 22nd and the 23rd. That's the Feast of Purim. Salakia, sir. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, headband, and scarf. And saying that, Amijum means to stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Amajum Shabbat. Amijum. Barak. Yahaba Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. Yamata. Sar means to turn. Sisters, Amijum means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijum Shabbat. Amijum, Barak. Yahweh Shema, Hataram Hashem Yahushua. Yamata. Class dismissed.